Just like a medical certificate is not required for a drone pilot, but it is for a manned pilot, we also have logbooks that, again, are not legally required, but they're definitely best practice and something we want you guys to get into the habit of doing. This class, UAS 1010, does involve at least 6 flights. At least 2 of them are on simulators, at least 2 are fixed wing, and at least 2 are quadcopter, although you will do way more than 2 on a quadcopter. And it involves logging your flights. So I want to go over how to actually fill out a logbook. I want to kind of go through it a little bit quickly just because you guys don't need a ton of this information. But if you do end up taking UAS 2100, Flight Patterns and Maneuvers, you'll get a logbook as part of that class, and you'll have to actually fill it out correctly. This one's super easy. Name, address, phone number, email. Inclusive dates, you'll put whatever date you begin that logbook, and then obviously the end date you'll put in later on when you actually finish that logbook. The logbooks are various sizes. Some of them have 10 pages, some of them have 400. You can purchase your own online as well. I have an ASA logbook that I've used before. So why do you log flight time? You need to prove your time. You need to cover yourself from the FAA. You need maintenance logs, and you need to prove your experience to employers, excuse me. That's probably the most important part, proving your experience to employers. And what do you log? Typically the date, aircraft model, aircraft registration, location, flight times, and number of flights. Then you will also record the number of landings you perform, any remarks that you need to make about the flight itself, so like a mini reflection basically. And the number one thing that I want to focus on for this specific lecture is how aviation does time. So I'm going to slow down a little bit. Think about this. An hour has 60 minutes. We take that 60 minutes and divide it into tens. And so we get 10 6-minute intervals, okay? Because 6 times 10 is 60. So when you log your time, you're actually going to log it in tenths of an hour. For example, if you fly for 6 minutes, you are going to log 0.1 hours. Okay, think of it as like the pie chart. You've got 10 intervals of 6 minutes. Each 6-minute interval is a tenth, or 0.1 of an hour. When it comes to logging your time, the good thing is if you fly, for example, for 7 minutes, you always round up, way up. And so even though you're only 1 minute above 6 minutes, you're going to log 0.2 in your logbook. So if you think about how many tenths of an hour is in 14 minutes, I'm going to stop for a second, let you guys think about it. Okay, 14 minutes. How many tenths of an hour is that, and how are you going to log it? That's the answer, 0.03. Okay, even though you're off of that, it would be 18-minute mark, you're still above the 12-minute mark, so you log 0.03. So we're going to flip it around. Again, slow down a little bit. If you're going to log 0.6, okay, so 6 tenths of an hour, 0.6, how many minutes did you actually fly? Okay, again, I'm going to slow down just a little bit. Think about it. How many minutes did you actually fly for 0.6? Okay, 36 minutes or 35. Okay, it can be kind of a range. And so again, if you're rounding up, how many hours is 43 minutes? So if you flew for 43 minutes, what are you going to log? That one's 0.8. Okay, the way you log them, you're going to put your year up there. You're going to put the date, US make and model. So this it would be if it's an Autel Evo 1, you've got your FAA number there. From and to, and so typically with drones we're I don't know, within a half a block or whatever. This is Carbon County RC field, and under multi-rotor you put a 0.7 for a 40-minute flight. Okay, 0.7 for a 40-minute flight. That line that's right in front of the 7 counts as the point or the decimal or whatever you want to call it. So if I had actually flown for an hour and 40 minutes, I would put a 1 on the left side of that line and then keep my 7 on the right side of that line. It was in the daytime, so the same number goes in the daytime, 0.7. Okay. This is the other side of your logbook. So when you open it up, the first page was the left-hand side. This is the right-hand side. I was pilot for 0.2 of that, and then I was the remote PIC for the entire time, and I was an instructor. And so in other words, I handed my controller off for 0.5 of that 0.7, and I was instructing the rest of the time. I had 3 takeoffs and landings, so 3 and 3 go there. Total duration of flight, still 0.7. Remarks, this is what I did. I would also include what I learned in that section. So then we can go to another one. And your logbook can end up looking something kind of like this. So under multi-rotor, you have 1.3 another time and then 0.5 another time. And you'll notice now we've included some fixed wing time as well. I don't even know why single rotor's in there. We don't have any single rotor drones, but multi-rotor and fixed wing are definitely the most common, always during the daytime on this example. And typically you'll have twice as much fixed wing time as you do multi-rotor time because the fixed wing drones last longer. So anyway, in this example, 0.6 on fixed wing and then 1.0 and then 0.4. And you can see during the daytime, all of them are in the same category. So you don't differentiate in that daytime mark whether it's multi-rotor or fixed wing. This is just drone piloting time. And then when you get to the end of the page where you have filled out all of your sections, all of the rows on the other side, you put your page total here and you have your different categories, multi-rotor and fixed wing, and then obviously your daytime, and then you have your total to date. And so total to date is 2.5 on the multi-rotor, 2.0 on the fixed wing, 4.5 hours of flight during the day. And then same thing on the other side. You're going to add all of these times. They will mirror what's on the other side. And then you can add in your remarks about what you learned. You can add up how many launches and recoveries you have, how much instructor time versus pilot time versus PIC time you have. And all of those need to be added up along the bottom here, just like we did on the other side. And then you actually do need to sign this document. Now, when you get your real logbook in UAS 2100, if you take that class, it's like signing that is like making it a legal document. Again, we're focusing on socially responsible pilot. We want to make sure you guys understand that, hey, I'm being honest here. This is what I have flown. These are the hours I have recorded. For price and blanding, we actually require instructor sign off on some of those, just like you would with the manned aircraft CFI. So in the new page, what you're going to do is so obviously you've got your year, but you want to take the totals from the last page and put them on amount forward from the previous page. And then you'll actually go through and fill it out with the amount forwarded part. But we don't want you guys to worry about that in UAS 1010. This is actually all you're going to see in UAS 1010. You've got your name, the name of the professor, the class that you're taking, date of your flight, and then you're going to circle one of those options, whether it was a simulator flight, a fixed wing flight, or a multi-rotor flight. And then that flight log is all I need from you guys for each of the flights. I will have you take screenshots of that section, each of those, and I'll show you how to do that a little bit later on to add up to a flight logbook. But for this class, because we're only requiring 6 and then some recorded flights, I just want you to practice the time intents, the drone location, and that maneuvers or remarks section. That's it. The only other part that you do need to do and record each time you fly is that short paragraph or several bullet points about if you had some fun. Did you enjoy flying the drone that you flew? Did you enjoy your sim time? Why or why not? What'd you like about it? What'd you not like about it? Was it cool or was it not what you thought it was going to be? And then how well did you do at keeping your thumbs on the sticks the entire time and not slapping them, not letting go? What did you practice for, a couple of flights, especially on the fixed wing? You practice keeping your drone in the air, and that's about it. That's totally fine. Just tell us about it. What'd you practice? What else do you want to be good at in your time in UAS 1010? And then what job could you think of with like this specific drone, this specific experience, this specific simulator? What could you actually do as a job with it? So those are the things that I want you to fill out and turn in. The rest of the presentation just kind of gives you a broad overview of what it might actually look like to log your flight when you get back up into those classes like UAS 1010.